You are the scum of the earth. You are a liar. You are a fraud. You're a human dumpster fire, and we don't want you in our house.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burning Hammer podcast. I'm your host, Mark Izzo, and to your right is Dillon O'Brien, your other host, and we are here to talk some professional wrestling. So,
Hell
Dillon,
yeah, man.
what's going on?
Yeah, not too much. We just got I'm excited to be back for an episode, Mark. This is we good on my levels?
Yep.
My bad. My headphones just went out real quick. But yeah, dude, I'm excited. There's a shit ton to talk about. I've been bothering my girlfriend all week by talking about it so much, like just nonstop. So it's good to be with my favorite guy to talk wrestling with. You, Mark.
Feeling
That's
is
you.
definitely mutual. But
yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so before we get into the juicy stuff, I have a question for the people, the Burning Hammer podcast universe, the faithfuls. What, if you were a professional wrestler, what would your finisher be? Dillon, why don't you give us what your finisher would be?
I always said I would love to do some variation of the TKO, which is, if you are unaware, it's you get them in the fireman's carry position and then kind of turn the body the opposite way of an F5. The F5 is forward. The TKO is this way, like into a cutter, like into a little RKO type thing off the shoulders. Popular move. It's done. Austin Theory kind of does a version of it with the A-Town down. He doesn't quite do it because he does it that way and then hits you with the knee, which is cool. Austin Theory does have a cool finisher, I will say. I like the A-Town down. It needs a new name. The whole he needs a new theme.
Oh, it's all right. We'll get into this real quick because it's funny to say that because I was just thinking about like how awful his theme is. Like,
bro, and
like fine, it's bad.
Yeah. All right. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so I think I would go with some variation of the TKO. Maybe like a running TKO. I would like a like few steps, fucking run into one. That way I could.
What if you did like a TKO almost into like, I guess almost like a code breaker where you like, instead of having them do it to your knees, you run, you land on your back, you put both of your knees up and then sort of like drive their face into your knees. That could be cool.
Well, so like the way I picture it is like I'm running and then kind of like the way you would do like almost like a running Samoan drop, but instead of just doing the Samoan drop when I'm running, I turn them like almost like into the RKO, like land on my back, kind of.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's pretty sick.
How about you, Mark? What would be
so? There's a few that I like.
My move would be the Phoenix Splash if it was like reasonable, but I can't just like pick that. I feel like
you can pick whatever you want, man.
Yeah, but I also do love the Phoenix Splash would be a cool one.
Yeah, so for mine, I think I'm gonna go with the Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, dude, I would love Seth to pick up a win on a Falcon Arrow one day. Don't think it's ever happened. In fact, it's insane how many times the Falcon Arrow goes into the pin because it sets up perfectly into the pin. That's another great reason.
The superplex into the Falcon Arrow, and then he always wins them and never wins.
No, and never wins. And I would just love him to get a win off that one day, just to surprise everybody, because he always goes for the pin after that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But
I like that. Or one other one I thought of was the Blue Thunder Bomb, which I really like.
Yeah, dude, the Blue Thunder Bomb's an incredible move. Honestly, I wish the Blue Thunder Bomb. I wish the Haluva kick was the signature and the Blue Thunder Bomb was his finisher.
Yeah, is that like not what they're? I feel like they don't really he doesn't like do it like that anymore. Because what is his finisher? What's Sammy's finisher?
The haluva kick.
It's the haluva kick.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's always been that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like he's picked up some wins with the Blue Thunder Bomb for sure, but like the haluva kick has always been like more powerful than the Blue Thunder Bomb in his arsenal.
I don't know. I think
Bro,
when he
I
was in
promise.
NXT, I thought he did that. I thought he went haluva kick signature and then blue thunder bomb.
I think it was the other way around, bro.
All right. Well, someone look that up and let us know because
Yeah, actually, it would make sense because Blue Thunder
haluva
Bomb
kick's
goes
not
right
a
in.
finisher. If that's like his finishing move, then that's kind of
That's his
weird.
finishing move right now, bro. That is his finishing move.
That's a little weird.
Bro, he haluva kicked fucking KO and left him there for Jimmy. He haluva kicked like that's what he's been going for people. It's the
Yeah,
haluva
but
kick.
all right, we'll see. We'll figure it
Wait,
out.
can we just like look it up real quick? Honestly, because it probably says it on WWE.com. You might be right about NXT though. Either way, we agree that it should be
It should
the
be a,
blue
a haluva kick into the blue thunder bomb just because that makes sense. Like,
and the blue because the Blue Thunder Bomb sets up for a pin so well. Like
yeah,
it goes right into the pin. That's specifically why.
yeah. I
Um,
swore, like, at least in NXT, that's what he did. But I do feel like he's been hitting the haluva kick more
bro, I
recently.
promise you it's the haluva kick now. I know that for a fact. But it might have been before. Either way, we're in agreement. I think it's the haluva kick now. This is stupid. This is what, dude. We're such like nerds. This would like. Do people like? I wonder if like we actually have. Do people fucking come on this podcast and listen to us like just talk about this bullshit like while we're looking up like the intricacies of? Hopefully,
Hell yeah.
hopefully there's some guys like us.
I mean,
But we got no info.
it's a big
Whatever.
part. It's a big part of a
Sami
wrestler.
Zayn finisher.
Let's see.
Um.
We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Sami Zayn signatures and finishers. Yeah, bro. I mean, everything here says that his finisher is the haluva kick.
Dang.
But
Weird.
I think you might have been right in NXT. Either way, he has picked up wins on the Blue Thunder Bomb before. Like he totally has.
Yeah.
Either way, regardless, Blue Thunder Bomb is such a fucking cool move.
Yeah. So you guys let us know, what would your finishing move be? There's a lot of really good ones. The coup de grace is a great finishing move. So there's definitely a ton out there. So let us know. You can add us on social media. On Twitter, we are at The Burnt Hammer. On Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, we are at The Burning Hammer. So let us know. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know what your finishing move would be. If you're listening via audio streaming service, which we are available wherever you listen to podcasts, you can leave us a review and let us know there. So what would your finishing move be? So with that being said, let's get into some wrestling because we are on the road to WrestleMania and that road picked up a lot recently. But before we get into WrestleMania, let's get into a staple of WrestleMania, that being the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, there hasn't really been anything advertised. No one, like WWE has not really put out anything for the Hall of Fame quite yet, which is concerning. It's questionable. I'm not sure what they're doing with that. People are sort of starting to think maybe they're not going to do the Hall of Fame. I think they're going to do it. I think they
They're gonna
maybe are
do
just,
it. They put out
they're,
tickets for it.
yeah. So we're going to go over some people we think who could be in the Hall of Fame this
I don't
year.
know
They
why
usually
people
have,
think they're not gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
yeah.
They're
So they
selling
usually,
tickets to the SmackDown Before Mania as like SmackDown / 2023 Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah, so they're gonna do it. Like they have to. They do it every year besides the COVID year, but they usually have one person that headlines, and then they'll have 3 other people. So there's 4 people per year now. It's the WWE Hall of Fame. You could make the argument that it is a joke. Um, I would say it's a joke. It is not like other sports Hall of Fames in the slightest bit. Um,
The biggest thing is being like the main, like it's like weird. They just have like you
they
just
have
got to be like
celebrities in the Hall of Fame, which is what makes it weird.
yeah, but you just got to be on like the top one of like the top. I think they always have like one person that's like the biggest star of the Hall of Fame each year of
Yeah, they
each
have
Hall of
like a
Fame class.
headline person.
Um, which is like more. I feel like it's who's going to be that big headline person. Um, but this year, I mean, so there, Mick Foley said on a podcast that he was asked to induct somebody into the Hall of Fame this year, and like that's his plan. He plans on doing it. He didn't say who it was because he was just like, I'm just not gonna like. But he said I was like reached out to somebody asked me if I would induct them, and I said yes. So he said that on a podcast. So it's like it's information like that is he said that. So what are you guys thinking? I don't know why I said it like that, but what are you thinking? Who could that be? Are we thinking it could be an extreme type guy?
I feel like it
Maybe
could
Terry
be.
Funk? Is Terry Funk in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Let me see. Let's you figure that out. I'm going to talk about the person who is possibly the most likely person to headline, which I feel like they got to do Batista, right? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. So technically it's like Batista is technically in um the WWE Hall of Fame, but they never did it because it was like the COVID year.
I
Um
thought that got like completely canceled too.
bro, I
I
swear,
thought he
then
like
maybe they
wasn't actually inducted.
I'm not sure actually. So
Well, I don't know if people are ready to
oh, never
admit it,
mind. Okay.
but
Yeah.
Batista
Terry
is the
Funk is in the
best
Hall of
wrestler.
Fame.
That's what I thought. He had to be in the Hall of Fame. Batista is the best wrestler turned actor from WWE. Like it's
Bro,
not
it's
The
like not
Rock.
even
It
a
ain't The
debate.
Rock. It's
It's not even a
not
debate.
John Cena. It's Batista. Like
Bro, it's not even
before,
close.
yeah,
It's
like
not even
so
close. Like
my thing was before I felt like Cena and Batista were close. But then I started to watch more things and that like Batista would just randomly appear in. And then I was just like, dude, like no one's like on this guy's level. Like no one has um like the range that Batista has. You
yeah.
know, like, 'cause he
Sure,
was
sorry.
great in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was on a random episode of What We Do in the Shadows. He was in Blade Runner 2049. He was just in Knock at the Cabin. And so like he has the best range.
The not he's in the new Knives Out movie.
Yeah, like
He's really good in that. Yeah,
yeah.
he's
So
good.
like
Yeah, and
but
it feels like that. Feels like it's going to be the only other person I could think is like I know it's crazy, but what if it's The Rock? And do you think he would have Mick induct him?
um it wouldn't
Really,
surprise
like
me.
probably like that's really probably The Rock's biggest rival. Um, like Stone Cold is the one everybody remembers, but when you really get down to it, it was probably like man. Besides Stone Cold, it's like either Mankind or Triple H. Um,
Is The Rock not in the Hall of Fame yet?
no,
Oh. What? Rock
bro,
ain't in the
because he
Hall of
never
Fame?
no, because he hasn't like formally like retired.
Oh. Dang. That's kind of crazy, no?
Yeah.
Shit, they might
I
do The
don't think
Rock
that
then.
I don't know though. I don't know if it's gonna be this year because everyone, bro. If they put The Rock in the Hall of Fame this year and The Rock shows up at WrestleMania and isn't in a match with Roman Reigns, people are gonna be pissed. Like if you're at WrestleMania, no reason you shouldn't be wrestling Roman. Um, I'm not saying, which I guess, like if you don't have time to like fucking train and get ready, I understand that, but that's not how a lot of other people are gonna feel. Um, I don't know
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
I feel like Batista's a big one, the big obvious one. Anybody else that you could think of?
is so is Triple H in the Hall of Fame?
No, Triple H is not in the Hall of Fame.
Triple H could be a good one for Mick Foley. They've had a nice rivalry for a while.
Yeah, that's true. True. I could see Trips asking Mick to do it. That's what a lot of people I think were saying Triple H. I think Triple H is definitely a good one. Um, doesn't feel like they're gonna do Triple H and Batista in the same year though.
Yeah,
Um,
they would have one
and at
between
that
like
point they
if
would,
they did The Rock, Batista, or Triple H. Like, there's gonna be one
yeah,
big person.
yeah, they're not gonna like crowd it all up. But you guys let us know. Maybe we'll know by the time SmackDown's over. Honestly, we're recording this on a Friday morning, so maybe tonight on SmackDown we'll finally learn something.
Yeah, and so another person they could do would be the Great Muta. A lot of people are
Yeah,
saying they're going to do.
totally.
There's been reports that that was part of the agreement with Pro Wrestling Noah for them sending Shinsuke over there, was that the Great Muta would be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as
Mm,
well. Another person, William Regal, he wouldn't be a bad
yeah,
option.
not at all.
Um, there's some reports that Lillian Garcia could be inducted.
Yeah, I would like that.
She definitely deserves it. So, um, if you had to put money on who's going to headline this year, who do you think it would be?
I mean, my money's on Batista or Triple H.
I agree. I feel like it's got to be Batista.
I don't think Triple H is gonna make himself like the headline guy of the Hall of Fame class in his first WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Triple H also like just retired not that long
yeah,
ago, and it was like sudden. Like it wasn't a thing that we were like. I mean, like it was. It just like kind of everyone was just like, "Damn, Triple H can't wrestle. Like, is officially done." Everyone kind of assumed it, but like,
yeah.
um,
It wasn't like a they made a big thing about it. Like, he didn't have like his real retirement match or anything like a lot of these guys really do. He's sort of just like everything that happened with him like medically, and then he came out, he sort of just like he cut that one promo and then just I believe he left his boots in the ring, and that was a
mhm.
sad night.
Yeah, man. But um, anyway, let's move on.
We're gonna move on because we got some more matches for WrestleMania
Yeah,
39.
man. Let's talk about Wrestle Freaking Mania.
So the confirmed matches are as follows. You have the ones that have been confirmed before. Roman Reigns taking on Cody Rhodes. Rhea Ripley taking on Charlotte Flair. Asuka taking on Bianca Belair. Brock Lesnar taking on Omos. And then they added 3 new matches on Monday Night Raw. First up, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins. It's official. Dillon, thoughts on this match?
Yeah, Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be really interesting. Um, and I saw apparently some people were saying Seth might have didn't do as well as people thought he was gonna do in that promo against Logan on Monday night. Um, I don't necessarily think that's the case at all. I'm not saying Seth like blew him out of the water by any means, but Seth definitely held his own in there. He was no slouch, and Logan was no slouch either. Uh, but the other thing is, I mean, if you're a big WWE fan, you can't watch that promo and not tell me that Seth Rollins was holding back. Of course of course he was holding back. Like he's not gonna give it all on the first promo together. They have like a month to build up for this. He's got some time. But no, I mean when Seth was like, he was like, "You are the scum of the earth. You are a liar. You're a fraud. You're a human dumpster fire, and we don't want you in our house.
Yeah, that was
Like,
sick.
oh my God, I was ready to run through a brick wall, dude.
Yeah.
How could you not say that shit was awesome? And I'm not saying
Yeah.
Logan did bad either. Like, it was good.
Yeah, I think Logan
The
held
punch
his
was
own,
bad.
but yeah, so I think Logan held his own, but
Mm.
there's like no shot that Logan beat Seth in that. And like you said, Seth was definitely holding back. But
Bro,
Seth also,
they were singing over Logan Paul the entire time he was talking,
yeah, hell yeah,
and he did
love
well.
that. Yeah,
But
and
like,
it's just like, I mean, Seth said what he had to say. Like he didn't like he could have said a lot worse, which I think
yeah,
we're going to. He's really gonna cook him in the
bro,
next
we've
few weeks.
seen Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has been doing like, what are we talking about? Like, who is doubting that Seth Rollins is going to absolutely rip into this guy? Like, there's like I said, like literally off the top of my head, the first like he can say one of the things where he's like, "You think you're some box office attraction, Logan Paul? People don't buy the tickets to see Logan Paul. They buy the tickets to see Logan Paul get his ass handed to him by Seth freaking Rollins." Like some shit like that.
Yeah,
Be like,
hell yeah.
they buy the tickets to see Logan Paul get his ass beat because you are one of the most hated people on the planet. Like, that's what he can say that. He can say the thing where he's like, Logan, you know me as the visionary, the revolutionary. You know me as Seth freaking Rollins, but you also need to know me as a representative of every wrestler in the back that deserves this spot at WrestleMania a hell of a lot more than you do. You're a leech. This is another money grab, and I won't allow you to come in and disrespect the sport that I've worked my entire life to get to this moment for. Like,
Yeah,
we're
I
getting
mean,
that shit, bro. Like,
it's
and it's gonna be
coming.
better than that. Like,
It's coming for sure, bruh,
but
because,
I
like
need him to be like I need him to say like you don't realize who you're dealing with, Logan Paul. He's like, I'm not just a random wrestler. I'm the best wrestler out of a bunch of people in the back that are a lot more better than you. um, but you know what I mean. Like, I need Seth to say one of the things where he's like, "This is for the people in the back who deserve this spot a hell of a lot more than you do, because they don't get to train for 4 months on one goddamn move." Like,
Yeah, like, the thing that also surprised me early on in, like, Logan's WWE career was them just, like, trying to make him a babyface, which I never thought they didn't do it for a while because they really just did it against The Miz, but
yeah.
when he, like, officially signed with WWE, but, like, he's always gonna be a heel, like, I don't like, no one's going to be behind Logan Paul as a
Oh yeah,
babyface,
and they know it
and
now.
yeah,
Trips knows it. Like, it's because Triple H is an idiot.
and
Um,
I think Logan also played the heel well in that segment too, so, this is gonna heat up. I'm expecting Seth to attack Logan on his podcast or something
yeah,
for
I'm
sure. I
seeing
think that would be fun. So,
absolutely. I definitely
yeah.
feel like something like that's coming. And I really hope this isn't the last. This definitely should not be the last time we get a war of the words between these two. Hopefully we get one more before Mania at least. Do you think we're gonna get at least one more face off on the mics?
Yeah. I think
We
maybe
got to get at least one or two more, right?
no, definitely one more. I wouldn't be surprised if Seth shows up on every Monday Night Raw leading up to Mania just to like cook him on the mic. Even if
Oh,
Logan doesn't show like I don't think Logan will probably show up one more time, but I think Seth could come out like every week and just like put the
oh, Seth. Well, yeah, that's Seth's gonna be there every week. I'm just wondering how many more times him and Logan Paul will come face to face on WWE TV before Mania.
I
I'm
would say one.
assuming Logan's definitely gonna come out one more time. But I hope it's not just like a random attack. Like, I hope
Yeah, so let's talk about that punch because
Not good. Wasn't good. Rollins sold it well. It wasn't horrible. I've seen worse, but it
it's
wasn't very good. Um,
my problem with it. The punch, I felt like the punch on its own was whatever. It was fine, but it's that punch isn't going to knock someone out. That's
someone,
like
yeah, I
what
know.
was
That's
my
what
issue with it. Like, and
he was
it's
just
like you're
like.
going. He did like a weird over the top thing
Yeah,
that like, and it's just like, dude, like that's another thing that I hate that they've been doing with Logan Paul is acting like he's some like top of the line boxer. Like he's
yeah.
boxed like
He's just
what, 2 times maybe?
yeah. No, he's not like a boxer. He's just like
He's a guy who
he's just
boxed
such a
twice
YouTube dude.
to
Yeah,
make money. Like he's not like a boxer. So I hate that like that's their thing. Like that's Logan Paul's things like watch out, it takes one shot, I could knock you out. No,
yeah,
you can't, bitch. No, you can't. You ain't
yeah.
knocking nobody out.
Oh yeah,
What are you
we're
talking
gonna get
about?
a lot more from Seth. We're gonna get the fucking you fought Floyd Mayweather. More of that stuff, dude. That was the best. Roman cooked him so, bro. I fought Floyd Mayweather. I fought Floyd Mayweather. He was like one Superman punch, break his jaw. It's like one Superman punch, probably break his jaw. Still the champ.
Yo,
Yeah,
remember when Floyd was fought the Big Show?
yeah.
That was weird.
How absurd was that? The
And he
Big
like
Show would
broke his
kill
nose.
Floyd. The Big Show would kill Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, that was
Like
weird.
if they
It
act,
was
yeah,
a
like they
weird
tried to
time.
act, like looking back on it, like they tried to say that Floyd Mayweather knocked out the Big Show. The Big Show would literally kill Floyd Mayweather. If the Big Show punched Floyd Mayweather in the face, his entire hand would probably like indent in Floyd Mayweather's face.
Yeah, what a
Floyd
weird time.
Mayweather is like 5'6".
Yeah, that's what like and bro, Big Show's fucking over 7 feet tall.
That's what I'm saying. The
Because
Big
I
Show would
remember
truly kill him.
the one shot they had, the Big Show was on his knees and he was like the
Yeah,
same height as Floyd. Because like
yeah.
that's when he like Floyd like laid in a few shots or whatever and like broke his fucking nose, which was that whole thing was weird. So let's move on to another match that has been made official and something I pitched a few months ago. Like I said, the Burning Hammer podcast, we hit the nail on the head. And that is John Cena versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship has been made official. It's been something we've been talking about for months. And this segment went about exactly as I thought it was going to go. You know, we've been saying it ever since we really thought about it. You're going to see what someone's made of when you put them in the ring, standing toe to toe with John Cena with mics in their hands. Now, I don't know if we necessarily found out exactly what Theory was made of, but it was not a great start for young Theory in his feud against John Cena. Dillon, why don't you take us through your initial thoughts on this promo between these two men?
Yeah, kind of like as you we were texting about this throughout the week, and as more time goes on, the worse I feel like Theory did in this promo. I mean, I don't mean to crush him because he's been doing really well the last like 6 months. I won't say like exceptionally well, but he's been doing a lot better.
Yeah, he's
Um,
definitely, I would say the word is he has been doing better.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, he got kind of cooked here. And I think it was so I will say I don't think like Theory was supposed to go out there and beat John Cena on the mic. I don't think that was the goal of the promo. Like I don't think the goal of the promo I also don't think like when Triple H went out there it was like our Triple H like was writing up this segment. Like I also don't think it was a Theory needs to like really hold his own against Cena in this segment. I feel like it was probably kind of designed for Theory to lose. That being said, he got fucking cooked, bro. Like bad, like, dude. I mean, and the comeback, like, is John Cena giving up? He was like, dude, I'm not giving up. You're not ready.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
dude, like,
it. Oh man, it. So my initial thoughts when I watched it was Cena fucking murdered him. Like, put
Hey,
that man in
bro.
a body bag, shipped him back to A-Town down, and it was done. However, I didn't think that at first, I didn't think Theory necessarily did bad. But then the more I was just like thinking about it, the more I was at work and just thinking like what Theory could have said, the way he could have delivered things. I was like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, obviously, a lot of it is like pre-written and scripted for like what they're gonna say. And I think it's like you said, I don't think Theory necessarily like he, I don't know. It's just like
I don't think the plan was for Theory to go out there and win the mic battle with Cena, but
I don't think the plan was for a battle at all. I think the plan was Theory goes out there, says some dumb shit. Cena reminds people who the hell he is. And,
yeah,
but the whole thing is kind of like absurd. The more I was thinking about it, like, you're going to have Theory go out there, challenge John Cena for a match against his title. And Cena's going to be like, no, you ain't ready, bitch. And then,
yeah,
like, that was like insane to me that
bro.
like
Like,
Cena's just like, you're not ready for me. Like,
yeah,
holy hell. And then,
dude, and he's right because John Cena said it perfectly. He said, "If you lose everything." And he goes, "And if you win, you got to go out the next Monday to the hottest crowd in wrestling, the Raw after Mania, and and explain your and like, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
tell us why you're fucking and that's gonna be a hard fucking crowd. And if you can't hold your own to explain that, you're gonna get booed out of the fucking building."
yeah.
So
And
either way, he's like, let's see. He was like, you got 4 weeks, basically.
yeah, I mean, dude, it's kind of crazy. I feel like these last few promos from Cena, he's just been not giving a fuck and just like coming
Bro.
hard at people. Like, he pretty much ended the debate. Like, I don't care. He's the greatest on the mic current like ever, at least right now as it stands. Like,
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. It could also just be because I saw the clip from the that A&E show where it was like the Rivals show, and there's a clip going around of like the one promo between The Rock and Cena, and The Rock had like his promo written on his wrist, and then Cena just went out there and fucking put him in a blender for it. Did you see that clip?
No.
Oh, damn. So it could just
I
be
gotta
because I
watch.
just like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
insane. Um,
Um, I mean, no, I would agree. Cena's definitely among the best, if not the best. Um, it's just hard for me to think off the top of my head right now. Jericho. Um,
The Rock,
yeah. Um,
Heyman,
Rick, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair
Um,
for sure. But dude,
Heyman for sure though.
it was so funny, like him just being like, "No, you're not ready," and then
Yeah, bro.
him just being like, "You don't got it in here, you don't got it in here," and slaps him in the dick, and you don't got it
Yeah.
in there. And then
Yeah.
as he's leaving, he's like, "You should work on that last part," which was totally not planned because like his
Yeah.
music started to play, and then like he was talking, which was hilarious, bro. How is he gonna slap someone in the dick and then make fun of him for having a small dick, man?
Yeah, it was great. It's really gonna test Theory, man. I really hope that Austin Theory delivers in these weeks leading up to Mania and
Do
then
you
at
think
Mania.
this will be how many times do you think they'll meet face to face again? Because before I would say that would be the
They
last
might
time,
they might
but
not.
the reports are Cena's done filming um that movie that I can't remember what it was called. So
Okay. I would say maybe one more time.
maybe
Like
on the
maybe on
go
the go
home Raw.
home. Yeah, maybe on the go home Raw.
I think
Um,
this is what I'm fully expecting. Theory needs to come crazy in these
bro.
next weeks. Like I'm expecting that whoever was writing it was like, we're not going to like put everything out there on the first promo. So I do have
No,
faith.
and the same thing with the Seth and Logan thing. Like that's why it's
Yeah.
like everyone's getting too ahead of themselves. Like this may like we're like who knows? That Theory promo could go down as like an all-time bad promo if he continues to fucking suck in these next months. But that promo was obviously it was just obviously not designed for like Seth Rollins or Austin Theory to overwhelmingly try to get like a victory, or even like the Logan and Seth one was meant to have Logan stand tall in that segment. Seth, don't cook him too, you know what I mean? Like War
Yeah.
of the Words, like keep it pretty even with the words, and then Logan leaves standing tall because he knocks Seth out. Like, what was Seth supposed to do? Like, absolutely cook him and destroy him, and then Logan just gets mad and knocks him out, and everyone's like, well, dude, like, it kind of just seems like Logan got mad that he was fucking, like,
Yeah.
destroying him, like, on a personal level. Dude, it's Seth Rollins. There's so many things to say about Logan Paul, bro. He
Yeah.
literally is, like, avoiding, like, tax evasion right now, apparently, and shit. Like, they talked about that. I don't know. That stuff that he did with on YouTube with the dead body, like, there's
That's
so much
coming.
stuff.
That's coming
Like,
for
it has
sure.
to be, bro.
That's
Like, it's
coming.
that's what I'm saying. Like, people are, yeah, just give it some time. But we'll see. It's gonna be a real test. What is your take on? So, well, I'm gonna give the Logan and Seth thing more time, and we've harped on that so much. So I don't think we know we feel like Seth has to win. We're gonna be very upset if he doesn't. We'll give that more time when we talk about like when we get further in our like official like predictions episode and stuff. Just because I feel like we've talked about Seth and Logan so much in just the fact that Seth needs to win. But what about is there any part of you that would be okay with John Cena beating Austin Theory?
Um, deep down, the my inner child, there is a part of me that I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little happy to see John Cena holding the U.S. Championship.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool.
However, the more mature part of me, the smarter part of me, um, I no, Theory has to win. Like,
Yeah. Okay. What if Theory like up into the thing? What if like going into Mania, it's like Theory is not looking great. Like he did not really, you know what I mean? Like he didn't like what if at this point we're going into Mania and we're like, "Bro, I really thought Theory was going to kind of hold his own more in that fucking lead up. He really did not."
well,
And now we're just about to have him go over on the greatest of all time probably. Like
well, there would be a lot of issues with that, mostly just being what Cena's schedule is going to be. Because if
no,
he could
I
show
totally
up,
agree. I
then
don't
like
think John Cena is going to win. I don't
I
think John
think,
Cena's.
well, I think something that I just thought about also is like, what if that's the direction they're going? What if the weeks leading up to it, it's like everyone's going to be doubting Theory? Like Theory's like he's supposed to be the next guy, but the weeks leaving up, like everything's like
No, I
proving that
bro,
he's
that's what
not
I
going to
think
be
is
the guy.
that's what I think
But
is
then
happening.
at Mania, he proves that like he is going to be the guy because he's going to beat John Cena. So I think that's definitely like I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised now if
I
we're
could
like
definitely see
if the
yeah,
weeks
I could
leading up to it is the roast of Austin Theory, and then like him
the
needing to
go
prove
home
himself.
show. Well, I could see I mean, you can't have him look horrible in the build up and then just wrestle a good match. We've seen him wrestle a good match. That's not the question. Like everyone knows he can like put on a really good match. Um the
He's
question
definitely
is
going to
like
be carrying Cena in the match.
probably um yeah, probably. I mean, I'm going to hope that Cena is going to be like a little more trained than he was for like SmackDown. Um
Ah,
bro, you would think he would be a little more prepared.
I mean maybe a little, but like I'm not
You don't think he's
expecting.
going to be a little more prepared? That was a tag team match, bro. He didn't even do anything. He went in and hit his finisher.
Yeah, but it was also just like he was. I mean, I have to. Okay, I need to have a little faith that he will be like a little
He
better.
wrestled for like 1 minute in that match.
But it's also just like the things on the side of like him just absolutely screaming moves out like at the top of his lungs for literally
Yeah.
everyone to hear. Like that's something that like he's always sort of been bad at. So
Yeah.
but
I think it'll be easier at Mania though with such a big stadium and it won't be.
yeah, and
we'll see. I was just gonna say I could definitely see, but you just can't have Austin Theory like be like completely squashed like in the work on the mic and then just like go into Mania and just be like, now I'm gonna prove myself and beat John Cena in this match. I think I could definitely see the as it being like kind of like the roast of Austin Theory, and then Triple H goes, "All right, dude, this is your shot. Go home show. You got to go out there. This is your promo. Like this is it. This needs to be the promo of your career. Show us everything. Give it
So
everything you got on the go home show." And then we get the I'm tired of being disrespected. I worked my entire damn life. And I'm not going to have 40-year-old John Cena look at me and tell me I'm not ready for a match. John Cena is not ready for me. Like some shit like that. Like,
well, and because I think that's like the things I would like to see, like what I think Theory needs to do is stay away from like the cheesy jokes, making fun of John Cena's bald spot. Like, I
yeah.
think he needs to go out there and he needs to lay down the facts. So, like, this is like literally, I thought of what he could have said. So Theory could just like come out and then like whether this is with John Cena there or not, I think his best promo is probably going to be with John Cena not in the same ring as him. Like, we just got to be honest. So Theory can come out. And I think in the weeks leading up to it, I think the way that could not necessarily like it's going to be the roast, but I think it could be people just like coming up to him and be like, hey, man, just like random people like fucking Ricochet, just like egging him
Yeah.
on, be like, hey, man, like, I don't think you're like the next guy. Just like little things like that, like the
Yeah.
locker room sort of doubting him, and then him coming out and then just coming out, and he needs that aggression. He's got to come out.
Yeah.
He's got to grab the mic, and he's just got to be like, listen, I'm talking directly to you, John Cena.
Yeah.
You used to live by 3 words: hustle, loyalty, and respect. But that's just the thing, John. You used to live by those words. Where's your hustle? You show up one night a year. We used to be your home, and you turned your back on all of us. You wrestle one night. You lost your hustle for professional wrestling. Where's your loyalty, John? Like I said, you just wrestled. You come home for one night a week. Where's your loyalty to the fans? Where's your loyalty to all of the people backstage? Where's your loyalty to the business? And let's talk about respect, because you got none of it. You have no respect for your peers. You have no respect for your bosses. And you have no respect for the fans, the people who made you who you are today, John. You are a hypocrite, and I'm going to prove that at WrestleMania 39. Something like
Yeah,
that.
bro.
It's
We need
like he just
something
needs to
like
be
that.
more
Like just give
aggressive,
us
bro.
give us some
Give me
passion.
give me some passion, brah. That's all we really need. Like, don't go for the cheesy jokes. Like, just go out there, lay down the facts, man. Like, I want him to channel his inner MJF. Now, he doesn't have to go out there and
Yeah.
scream at the top of his lungs, but like, don't just be more serious. That's really all we got to do. So
Yeah.
let's move on, because we got another match that has been made official. The 6-woman tag match. Lita, Trish Stratus, and Becky Lynch is taking on Damage Control. I know we talked about it last week a little bit. We were anticipating they were going to do Bayley versus Trish, but it doesn't look like they're doing that. And we're both confused as to why Damage Control dropped the titles. I think there's really only one thing that could make it make sense, and that is to break up Damage Control. I think that's the only thing that it could really lead to. And on Monday Night Raw, we caught a glimpse of that too, because Bayley sort of accepted the challenge, and EO and Dakota sort of looked at her like, "What are you doing?" But like, what do you think about
Same
this?
thing with the tag team championships and stuff like that.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
Yeah, it definitely feels like they're probably gonna break up Damage Control at some point. Um, I'm just still confused. Like I don't love like it's weird. In any other situation, I like this 6-woman tag, you know what I mean? It's just like And I still do, and it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun. Like it's not, but it's just like, why did they put the titles on Lita and Becky? Like I was justifying the shit out of it last episode.
Yeah.
Um, and then they make this match because I was justifying the shit out of it, being that they would drop them at WrestleMania and give one of these younger stars a WrestleMania moment in picking up the titles over Becky and Lita. But now they're not defending them at Mania. It's really confusing. And also, the other thing is they could have set it up to where you had 2 women's matches on each night. Now you only have 3 women's matches total. And I'm like, not that, but it's like, I don't know, one of the nights is only going to have 1 women's match. And that doesn't seem like really like fair. Like,
That's some AEW stuff right there, man.
yeah, bro. And like Triple H has been really good at that. And I'm not definitely saying that there's not going to be any other women's matches.
I think
I
it's
think
unlikely.
I think there's a chance they drop the tag team titles before WrestleMania. Because they've been
Nah.
focusing on, bro, they've been focusing on the tag teams, the women's tag teams on SmackDown a lot more than they have been on Raw, to be honest, as of late.
But so I don't. The thing with that is,
could you see like they have a tag team title match and Damage Control costs them the titles, and then the titles are out of that.
but who's going to
And-
win them? Because Ronda's reportedly hurt.
Just have Shayna and Ronda win, bro.
I mean,
Ronda can
I'm
get
here
through.
for it.
Yeah, like she'll get through it. Have Shayna work most of the match. She's better than Ronda anyway.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like,
of life. That's
she's
not even
way
a hot
better.
take. I think
Bro,
everyone
she's
could
way
agree with
better.
that, even though
She's
people
way
hate on
better.
Shayna.
I don't know why people. Shayna Baszler gets unnecessary hate, bro.
Yeah.
She is good and she is funny.
She's yeah.
She's a
We
good
love
heel,
Shayna
bro.
Baszler.
Like
I think-
Shayna should have been the original. Like they should have. What Ronda Rousey is like, it just should have been Shayna Baszler this whole time. Like it just, if we're being
Yeah.
real, like they
Well,
should have just billed Shayna Baszler as like the Ronda Rousey, and it would have been whatever.
And it's also just like because she had a really good run in NXT, and then the one women's elimination chamber match, she fucking eliminated everybody, and then it's just like, what happened, you know? But I just think, I don't know. I think this match would make more sense if the women's tag titles were not involved.
Agreed.
Then again, like I don't know who else they would put them on. Chelsea Green and
But
Carmella.
it's like, bro, I kind of don't. I don't know. I kind of have a little more faith in Triple H to put more than 3. No, I'm not with the women's tag team titles. I'm saying with to put more than 3 women's matches within 2 days. Like, bro, having 1 women's match on one of the nights is crazy.
Yeah.
To go from having, what did they have last year?
What's the match going to be?
What do you mean?
Like, what's going to be the 4th match? If it's not going to be Bayley and Trish.
Shayna and Ronda. What about Shayna versus Ronda?
Nah. I mean, it would be fun, but I'd rather just have them as a tag team. Because that's like, do you think, all right, let me say this. Do you think there's any shot that this does get turned into Trish versus Bayley and then Becky and Lita versus Io and Dakota?
I still think there is a chance of that. I don't think that's 100% out of the question.
I think, I think there's a small chance, but I just feel like they usually wouldn't do that if they already made like the they made the poster and like graphic and stuff for the match already. So it's just like, I feel like once they do that, they're not going to really break up the match. But like, I don't know. I don't know what other, besides like those, I don't know what other women's match they would do. I think there is probably a small chance that Becky and Lita lose the titles before WrestleMania. I don't know if that would be to Shayna and Ronda. I would totally be fine with it if it was to Chelsea and Carmella. Like you said, having Damage Control sort of cost them the match. I think that would also help build like this feud up a lot too if they like had them cost them the titles. But like besides that, I don't really know what else that they would like the last match that they would do as like a fourth match because I do agree like WWE has been doing a good job at like putting more women's matches on the cards. Um it's
All
definitely
right.
something that
So,
AEW struggles with, but like I don't know what else the match would be if it's not really like involving
all
these.
right. I mean, how much do we want to go off Meltzer's word?
Uh
I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm just going to say I won't sway one way or the other. I'm just going to say per Dave Meltzer. How about that?
Say per Dave Meltzer, you take it as you will.
Yeah. Per Dave Meltzer on
Gosh,
Wrestling Observer Radio. So this is what Meltzer said. Meltzer said they still have a tag title match planned, and whoever the champions are, like they're gonna be wrestling Ronda and Shayna. That's the plan as of if Ronda is okay, and the impression is that Ronda will be okay for Mania. He also said, I don't know if Kai and Sky are gonna win the belts back or if it's gonna be Lita and Becky, but Rousey and Baszler are getting tag team title shots as Mania. That's the plan. That's apparently per Dave Meltzer. Take that as you will. But
okay. Because dude, I saw something that said Ronda's not going to be 100%
and I was not
Mania.
I was I was so that was an hour ago, that report that I just saw.
Gotcha.
That was an update, it said.
Uh,
But so this is my other thing. I didn't say the Ronda and Shayna thing based on like any reports I saw. I was just going off like my thoughts. I don't know though, man. Like, who could you see them doing? Ooh. I like this. I think I like this.
okay.
Um,
You have me intrigued.
what if? Okay, so I don't know how we make this happen. Damage Control. It's fucking so stupid.
Just spill it, man.
Damage Control win the titles back before
Ugh.
Mania. Somehow.
Such a WWE thing.
I know. And then Bailey agrees, like on EO and Dakota's behalf, to a tag team title match at WrestleMania against Ronda and Shayna. Night one, they lose the tag team titles to Ronda and Shayna, and they're fucking pissed. And then night two, they have to do another, and they're like pissed that going into the match, they're pissed because they're like, Bailey, we're already in a match. Now we have to wrestle both nights and defend the titles.
Oh, a little
And like,
double duty.
and then yeah, that's what I'm saying. Double duty for that. That's what I'm saying. It might not be like whatever, but then it would be double duty. They lose the titles, and then the next night, Damage Control breaks up, causing like Becky, Trish, Lita to go over.
Do you think you don't think Becky and Lita would want to be involved in like the rematch for the women's tag titles?
Maybe. I just don't know. Like I'm just trying to think of ways in the story to make it work. But I guess I'm just overthinking it, and they can really just do whatever the fuck they want. But yeah. Who goes? I'm not gonna 100% say that they're for sure even gonna be on the card. Like I said, I'm gonna take all the information I read with a grain of salt, but we'll see. I mean, Ronda and Shayna are the team to put the titles on. moving forward. And I think if that was the whole plan, like this whole plan was to get the titles off Damage Control, like just to get them to Ronda and Shayna, whatever. Then I'm like not. Then I'm kind of okay with that. But I'm really confused on where the fuck we're going from here.
Yeah. So like,
unless Lita and Becky are pulling double duty.
I mean, I think that Ronda and Shayna, if they're going to win the tag titles off of anyone, it's going to be off of Becky and Lita.
That's what I feel like.
Because I don't think they're going to do Damage Control against Shayna and Ronda because they're two heels. But and I think like it's sort of like what you said last week. If Ronda and Shayna beat Becky Lynch and Lita at WrestleMania for the women's tag titles, like that would do a lot. Even just like having their names on the resume of people they defeated. But like that is still the biggest flaw with WWE is the women's tag titles. And I think it's really like, I don't think it's that hard to fix. You need long title runs and you need women going together to actually go after the titles and not just like want to face Ronda and the titles happen to be evolved. Like it's really that simple. And I think a way they could go about it is like, I still think Ronda and Shayna will be the next women's tag champs after Becky and Lita. And I think it could be a thing that's like when Ronda and Shayna are the tag champs, they could sort of just start bullying the entire women's locker room, sort of like they have been. And then the women just being like, listen, like we got to team up to take them down because like they're just like on this like massive reign of terror. And then like that's sort of how you can start to like form some women's tag teams. But then again, I also would be completely cool with like Chelsea Green and Carmella winning. They sort of like.
What if we get Chelsea Green and Carmella versus Ronda and Shayna?
That's going to be a squash fest if I've ever seen one. Which would suck.
Yeah,
big
kind of funny though.
It would be funny. I think like I feel like they're sort of remind me of like the Iconics. So
the Iconics were better in the ring.
Yeah.
Than Carmella, at least.
For sure. Yeah, man. We love the Iconics. They really dropped the ball with them, huh?
Ain't that the truth?
And Peyton Royce is someone that Bayley wanted in her faction as well. So who knows? We're very confused with what's going on in this women's tag team division and like the women's tag team title picture. And
it's also very possible they just won't defend them. It is possible. But I have a little more faith in Triple H to have 2 women's matches on each night.
I think it's the most likely outcome is it's just as it is right now, and they don't have a 4th women's match.
Yeah, I would say I lean more that way, but I'm hopeful.
So let's get into some other matches that haven't been made official, but it is likely they're going to be official at some point in the next coming weeks. First off, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens against the Usos. We finally got the Jey Uso turn on Sami Zayn, and boy, was that a heartbreaker.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, it was. He was like, "You thought I was gonna choose you?
This is family shit."
Yeah, man, this is what a great emotional thing. Jey Uso should get the Emmy for Best Supporting Actor, bro, for the Bloodline, dude. He's been incredible this entire storyline. Jey Uso is just so incredible. Main event Jey. And I think this is all going to lead to Jey versus Roman at SummerSlam. I do.
That would be sick.
I think we're going to get like an implosion, like non-title, like I think just Jey versus Roman.
So also what happened in this, Sammy's been trying to get KO to join him, to be by his side, which they've been doing it really well because obviously KO's not just going to immediately team back up with Sammy because Sammy did a lot of bad things to KO. Now, I'm not saying KO hasn't done a lot of bad things to Sammy.
Yeah, dude. At this point, all I'm going to say is KO's... I understood it. Listen, I understood it. I understood not the immediate connection. But at this point, it just looks like KO's kind of being a baby. What are you doing, dude? Like, you're getting your ass handed to you every single time you go out there. The guy literally... And just like even like just Sammy's explanation this week of he was like, we don't even have to be friends. He was like, we're both just trying to like attack the like take down the same thing. So like and it looks like Cody Rhodes is gonna I have a feeling Cody Rhodes is gonna play a factor in the reuniting of KO and Sami Zayn, because we've seen clips of Cody Rhodes backstage talking to Kevin Owens. He came out to the aid of Sami Zayn this past Monday when the Bloodline was attacking him. So and obviously you have Cody going up against Roman, so it makes sense. An insane like little faction would be Cody, Seth, Cody, Sammy, and KO.
That could
That
be
I don't
like
think.
a 6-man tag match.
Oh, it's definitely gonna happen. We're gonna get Sammy. I feel like at Backlash we'll probably get, if not Roman, then it would be like the Usos and Solo.
Yeah, which again, the reports are WWE is extremely high on Solo Sikoa, like
Yeah.
future like world champion. So I'm super pumped for that match. Like you said, I think Cody Rhodes is going to be the person that sort of brings Sammy and KO back together. And Sammy and KO joining forces, that just means another KO turn on Sammy for the future, which I am here for.
No, bro, we're gonna get the Sammy turn on KO this time. I hope.
You think so?
Bro, the KO turn on Sammy's old.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten it in a while.
We've gotten it like 5 times.
Yeah, but we'll see. So
and KO always goes over in this.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We need Sammy to go over.
Let's talk about Bobby versus Bray.
Mm-hmm.
It has yet to be made official, but it's going to happen, obviously. And we saw Uncle Howdy attack Bobby. Bobby sort of just kind of kicked the crap out of him. What are your thoughts on this? Because a lot of people are hating on it, online at least.
I really don't hate it so far.
I like it.
Yeah, I've liked it so far, and I think the match is promising. And I think there's a lot of potential that we're getting this long-term storytelling, possibly little new Wyatt faction, Wyatt 6 or whatever versus a reunited Hurt Business. Because we got Uncle Howdy attacking on behalf of Bray Wyatt a lot now. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of potential with this feud. I don't hate it at all, and I've been excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited for the match of Mania because I think we're gonna get like a crazy storyline thing at Mania, whether it be the reveal of Uncle Howdy. I think there's a very good chance we get that reveal at WrestleMania. I think, or like we get the official like reveal of either the Wyatt 6 or the reuniting of the Hurt Business or like something. We're getting something big at Mania. Not just like a match. Like, there's going to be something more besides just like either men picking up a victory.
Yeah. And I'm super pumped for this match. I think the feud has been pretty good so far, and I think
and it's new. Like, why are people mad at new?
Yeah, exactly.
It's new. We haven't seen it before.
So another match that's probably going to happen is Dom versus Ray. We're just waiting for Ray to actually hit Dom, and I think we're coming close to it. Finn versus Edge is another one that's probably going to happen. Maybe that'll be a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, Edge is calling out Finn this Monday, so it looks like we're probably going to get that this Monday, like confirmed. Yeah, is everyone, what's up? Oh, can't hear you.
It's going to be tonight by the time people are listening. Sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is true. Going to be tonight. And so that'll probably get confirmed. Are you thinking Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, yes.
What else could it be? Possibly 3 stages of hell.
Yes. Just do it. Do it, you cowards.
Yes.
I think there will be a stipulation.
There's got to be a stipulation. They've already done the
match.
They've done the match fucking 10 times, it feels like now. The storyline's been going on forever.
Yeah. Just give it up. Please.
So hopefully this will be the last one. And then I have a feeling next Mania is probably gonna be Edge's last. Um
He said he wanted to retire in the summer of this year.
so maybe not, maybe this is his
In
last Mania.
Toronto, which they are
Yeah.
having a show in Toronto this summer.
Yeah.
People are saying that's gonna be his last match. We'll see.
Yeah. Could very much happen. Anyway, yeah, I think Hell in a Cell is most likely, but I think there's a decent chance we get a different stipulation, but who knows?
Yeah, and
I definitely
another
think we're gonna get Demon Balor.
I hope we get like a cool I want like an updated sort of
Oh yeah, we'll get an updated like Judgment Day version of Demon Balor.
yeah, which would be sick.
Yeah.
So, another match that's going to happen is the IC title match. Now, there's been a lot of speculation on what's going to happen with this because we had the 5 people get involved. Initially, Drew called out Gunther, but then a few people came out. We thought maybe a ladder match, but then they just held the qualifying match, a fatal 5-way on SmackDown, which you know the outcome of that, but we don't. I'm assuming Sheamus or Drew won. Do you still think the match is a triple threat match at Mania?
I think that's the most likely option. I do think there's a chance that we get a ladder match though. Like I still think there's a chance of that happening and like this getting ruined somehow, like no contest, and like we get like a, you know what? We're doing a ladder match. And like Gunther's like, ladder matches are an absolute disgrace to this precious sport. Like some shit like that. Like
Yeah, Gunther's awesome, man.
so I do think there's a chance. I think the most likely is that we get either Drew or Sheamus, like both win somehow, or Drew wins and Sheamus um with a heel turn, maybe, or
I
Drew heel turn gets involved. Yeah, I think the Drew heel turn is more likely.
I
Um,
think that I don't think this qualifying match is going to be the final like stop for the IC title. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I don't think like Drew or Sheamus is just going to win and then that's that. I think Drew
Yeah,
could win and then they could just do another qualifying match. Or like Sheamus versus Drew. If Sheamus wins, he's in the match. That
yeah,
sort of thing. Or they also could do a ladder match. I think it's probably 50% chance of the triple threat, 4% chance or 40% chance of the ladder match, and then 10% chance of whatever. LA Knight
okay,
versus Gunther.
yeah,
Dillon's hot take.
yeah, bro. That everyone wanted to fucking kill me over. Well,
So
dude, the
let's
big
get
thing was
into
people were saying that he wasn't like a realistic threat for Gunther. But my only debate is I'm like, I mean, you could make the argument Sheamus lost to him twice. How is Sheamus a realistic threat to Gunther if we're talking about that? Like,
yeah.
which I think they're both real. I don't know. Never mind. Not
So
talking about it.
that was Dillon's hot take for LA Knight, but I want to get into my hot take. But god damn it, was I possibly right? Because I've been saying for weeks, 4 months, what's LA Knight gonna do at WrestleMania, Mark? Oh, what's he gonna do? He's on the poster. He's gonna face Stone Cold. That's what I've been saying, and that's what the reports are. God damn it! So put some respect on the Burning Hammer podcast.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it gets confirmed. But that would truly be insane. Mark's been saying that for months. He was called deluded by someone that I will not name, but that
Love you.
person should know who he is.
We love you.
And if this match happens, then it's gonna be unfortunate for that man. But anyway, yeah, dude, this match would be fucking insane. Battle of the yeahs. We'd have a yeah versus can I get a hell yeah? And it would be truly insane. It would be amazing.
And so, like, basically, my thought process for it was like, I still thought Stone Cold was doing something at this WrestleMania, despite him saying like he's just like getting in shape just because he hates how he looks. And then just like, what's LA Knight gonna do? Like, obviously, WWE knows LA Knight's a massive star, so it's like they both don't have something to do. Stone Cold turned down Brock Lesnar. He turned down Roman Reigns. WWE trusts LA Knight with their biggest stars. We saw him with The Undertaker at Raw is 30. So that's just evidence that they trust him with these massive, massive legends of the company. And we just saw Stone Cold just wrestled Kevin Owens like a year or two ago, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So, like,
It was last year. It was last WrestleMania.
yeah. So, like, put some respect on the Burning Hammer, god damn it. Because it could also just be like a thing of like LA Knight sort of just like interrupts WrestleMania. It's just like, nah, I'm wrestling. I'll challenge anyone back there. And then like
Yeah.
Stone Cold comes out because it might not get confirmed at all. And then it's sort of a thing that sort of just happens. But why don't you guys let us know? Do you think they're actually going to do LA Knight versus Stone Cold? Another two sort of matches that could be a kickoff show. Chad Gable versus Otis, and then Mustafa Ali against Dolph Ziggler could be. I don't know if they're going to do kickoff show matches, but those are two ones that could potentially get added.
How about our boy Chad Gable getting a win this past Monday on Raw?
Thank you.
A win over Baron Corbin, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like we're gonna get the Otis and Gable breakup somewhat soon.
Yeah, but we could probably get into that more next week because I want to talk more about that. But because I feel like they've been doing it a little weird recently, but we'll get into that next week. Because we hit our time, and it's time to wrap up the podcast. It's the road to WrestleMania, so a lot of matches are going to get confirmed. A lot of things are going to be reported, like Dillon said. Take them with a grain of salt. If you want to get our immediate reactions to anything and everything, make sure to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at The Burnt Hammer. On Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, we are at The Burning Hammer. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're listening via audio streaming service, we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure to leave us a review, drop a comment, and follow or subscribe. And you can follow us on Twitch at The Burning Hammer Podcast. I'm starting to do a little bit of live streaming more. By the time you're watching this, I just went live for a little Friday Night SmackDown pre-show. I'm starting to do a pre-show before Dynamite and SmackDown, about a half hour before the show, just going over the card and what could potentially go down. And make sure to follow Vendetta Sports Media on their socials. On Twitter, they are at Vendetta VSM. On Instagram and TikTok, they are at Vendetta Sports Media. And make sure to visit vendettasportsmedia.com for all of your sports needs, plus TV, movies, and gaming. You name it, they cover it. Check out vendettasportsmedia.com. That's going to wrap it up. I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dillon O'Brien. And this has been another episode of The Burning Hammer Podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Let's go.